when I was a helper, I went to work for a company called Camco, and I went to work there in 1968, because I turned 21 in April, and I went to work for them September the 3rd of '68, and worked 6 months in Corpus Christi. You were born there. Then the company moved us to McAllen, Texas, and I worked with a guy named Bill Stevens. And Bill Stevens was a wonderful oil field worker. This guy, in 13 months that we lived in McAllen, I actually had 7 days off. And we got that 7 days off all in one go, because the engine in our truck went out and it took 7 days to overhaul it. If we went to bed at night and didn't have a job to go on the next morning, Bill would be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. He would make every coffee shop in town, catch every company man going to work, and before 6 o'clock he'd call me to go on a job, because every day he wanted to catch a job. Sometimes we would work jobs and we might be on a job for 3 or 4 days, and we would rig down at 5 o'clock in the afternoon to be back there the following morning at 7, and we'd go catch 2 jobs at night and come back out there, and we wouldn't even go to bed. We'd just go catch 2 other jobs and then come back out there at 7 o'clock in the morning and start that job again. It was nothing but work. Well, one day we go out to a well, and the man that was our company man was actually the owner. He owned the well, and so he had a company out there. The units that I worked on was called a slick line unit. Everything that we did was mechanical. But there's another type of wireline unit used in the oil field, and it's an electric line unit. These guys run a cable in the hole, and it's got a wire in it, and they can activate tools down hole electronically. And they run a thing called a perforator. So when the well's drilled, pipe is put in the hole, and they go in with this perforator, and it burns holes in the pipe and out into the formation to allow flow to come into the well. So these guys had rigged up on the well and ran in and perforated. No, they hadn't perforated. They had run in the hole, and they got hung up. When they got hung up, they didn't have any way of getting loose except just pull on the wire. When they pulled on the wire, their wire came off of their tool string, and they laid their tools down. We were called out there, we rigged up, ran our tools in, latched onto theirs, pulled them out, and laid them down. So we were finished with the job. The company man, the owner of the well, says, "You guys stand by, because these guys are going to run in the hole again. And if they get stuck, y'all be here, you can fish, you can pull their tools out again," right? So sure enough, they run in and they perforate. Well, the well goes from 800 pounds on the surface to 1,800 pounds on the surface once they punch those holes in the pipe and they open up that zone some more. It's all gas pressure, 1,800 pounds of gas pressure. So they start coming out of the hole, and sure enough, their tools hung up in the pipe, and they couldn't come out. So the company man says, "Okay, pull up, pull your wire out of your rope socket, and Camco will rig up and go get your tools out." Well, lo and behold, when they pulled up to break their wire, the wire didn't break. But the mass truck that they were using broke in the middle and came down over their equipment on the well, throwed that towards their truck, and broke the well off at the bottom of the master valve.
Uh-oh.
So we got 1,800 pounds of gas flowing out of 2 7/8 inch pipe. And it sounds like a jet airplane. Me and Mr. Stevens were sitting in our truck at the time, and it scared us so bad that we ran. And this is one of them deals where you get so scared that you run for 15 minutes and it takes you all day to walk back. So once we figured out we were okay, we walked back over there, and the well is blowing, and it is loud. And me and Mr. Stevens and the company man had already, the electric line crew, he sent them packing, man. Get off my location, get off now. So we go out there and we back the pipe off the top there. There was a broken piece that we backed off using a pipe wrench. And of course we can't have any sparks because it'll set the thing on fire. It's just gas blowing out, right? Dry gas, like coming out of your stove, you know? very flammable. So we backed that pipe off, and we went and got another valve, the right size, and we opened it up, and we took it and we swung it over the stream of gas. So now the gas is blowing through the open valve, set it down on the pipe, screwed it in, and closed the valve, shut the well in. The man that was the owner of the well told us, he said, I could just see that I was going to have to call Red Adair, and it was going to cost me millions of dollars to get this mill shut in, but you guys did it for the $20 an hour that you're getting out here. And so we could not escape this man. Every day about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, he would call us on the radio, where are you? He would show up, and he would have the trunk of his car full of beer and barbecue, or beer and shrimp, or beer and pork chops, or beer and something, all every day. For weeks, we got so sick of eating and drinking beer. He called us one day, and we were like 5 miles out of town, and he says, where are you? Oh, we're 20 miles north of Corpus Christi, like a 4-hour drive away. He's, okay, never mind. The next day he calls us, where you at? Oh, we're in Laredo, it's 800 miles away. So he quit calling after that. But it was pretty exciting there for a few minutes, I'll tell you that. But never drank so much beer, and I didn't like beer in the first place.